Hey, fellow YouTubers. If you're anything like me, you feel everything that's going on right now during this time. And there's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that it's just business as usual, another day. They don't feel the undercurrent of the undertow. I can't think of the name of the book where they called it the undertowed. They don't feel that current. And today, as I say, RIP, RBG. It's a very sad day. What I know is these next few months are going to keep getting more and more intense. There's going to be more division. There is going to be more outrage. So, if you want to stick around, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to be notified. What we'll be doing is we'll be pulling cards a couple times a week just to kind of get ourselves back to center. What can we focus on? How do we keep our attention off the chaos? Because it's hard, like, like a car accident, like a bad movie. We have been watching espionage movies now. What was the first 007 movie? Was that the late 60s, early 70s? In 2017, I said, gee, this feels like we're in a James Bond movie. I've never lived through espionage like this before. And so the next 3 months is going to get more intense. It's in the stars that as we hit the first day of fall, which is coming maybe in 3 days, I'm not sure what day it is, maybe Monday, things are going to heat up. So it's going to take our setting our intentions and being intentional about how we live and how we think, because our feelings are going to attract back experiences into our personal lives. And we want to try and put out as much goodness as possible so that we reap back the experiences that will bring us the joy next year as things start to lighten up. And I say only start because I think next year will feel like a relief after this year. Anything will. So like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, let's pull some cards. All right. Cut the deck. I've been holding it and shuffling it and talking to it for a while, so it knows. Try not to spill my cards. Good. Who's that on the bottom? The King of Wands. And this is the Tarot of the New Vision. It's a Lo Scarabo deck, and I will get his copyright to put on my video. This is the Tarot of the New Vision, and the King of Wands. The kings are about, ruling their kingdom. Wands are all about our passions. But what I see in this deck is in the background, what's frozen in time are the old ways. And on this card, let's see what we have. A lion, we have a couple on top, and a lion on the bottom, almost as if the lion is protecting that couple who is behind the king. This is a time for us to own our sovereignty, to own our oneness in the spirituality of who we are. We are divinely protected when we know who we are. So it is a time to step into our knowing. So that's on the bottom of the deck. Okay, that it's time for us to step into our passions, our gifts, to stop worrying about if somebody else is better. I've talked about this a lot, about stepping into our gifts, but that would be what the wands are about, certainly the King of Wands. and the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords says this is a time to move forward in our truth. This is a time for us to, I want to take a look at that, because these cards are different. These cards are different. So, if you've been charging ahead in your truth, this horse is about to put on the brakes. Hold on. We're going to learn some new truths coming up soon. Things are changing. We are in a time of a change of humanity that's bigger than us and that we won't see because it's going to happen gradually and maybe over a generation or two. But this horse is putting on the brakes. I'm going to love this deck. So, if you're charging forward in your truth, which I tend to do, this might be a time for us to check ourselves. We might find out that truth isn't exactly as it seemed. We're in for some awakenings over the next 3 to 6 months. Difficulties in the next 3 months and awakenings. Fascinating. Okay, Tarot. What else should we know about these next coming weeks? Beautiful. I always love the world. I always love the world card because the world card is about its change, its endings and new beginnings. I always see it as birth. She has exited the birth canal. This is happening. It is time for us to step into our purpose, whatever that is. So if you're watching, then you are called to a purpose, and it's time for you to allow yourself the joy of stepping into the fulfillment of that purpose, or starting to work toward stepping into that fulfillment. She's just gone through, so she's got some work to do ahead of her, but it's time to step in to who we are. All right, and let's do one more card. Let's see. What is our advice, Tarot? So, we need to check ourselves. We need to be prepared for new truths, a time of change. This is a time of endings and new beginnings. I know I've said it many times in my videos, but my videos are fairly new. So this is a time we have completed a 26,000 year cycle of our solar system in our galaxy. And we are at the end, and we are stepping into a new beginning. And it won't be the same. So our advice, interesting because we have 2 knights, and knights are about passion. But the Knight of Pentacles, much like the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles is a still knight. The Knight of Pentacles is not a knight of movement, not like the Knight of Swords. But what is like the Knight of Swords is, do you notice his harness is not buckled? If that knight moves, he's going to fall off. So it's a time to be cautious, a time to know that truth might be changing, that we need to put the brakes on moving so fast forward in our truth, and we need to stop and ponder. And the Pentacles are all about our physical life, our home, our health, our money, our jobs. Things are unstable right now. It's not a good time to move forward. So it is a time to maybe ponder a new plan. That's how I'm going to take that Knight of Pentacles in this deck, as a ponder a new plan. So let's pull a general card about what how these next few weeks, just in general, what we should know about these next few weeks. Beautiful. Temperance. Temperance. So temperance in this card, let's see, there's an apparatus in this card. Okay, there's an apparatus here. This is a time for us to know who we are, to step into the alchemy of the spirituality of the human being. This is a time for us to know that our intentions, her thoughts are showing, our intentions, what we put out, is going to create something, and our emotions are going to manifest that right back to us. Temperance, it's all about alchemy. It's all about magic. It's all about us remembering who we are. So this is our time to spend some time meditating, spend some time quietly connecting with our higher self, with our spiritual self, with our deep inner knowing, because this is a time for us to work our intentions like magic. Perfect. I love that. So on that note, I thank you. If you stayed to the end, I appreciate you so much. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and that'll be my very first video. Thank you so much. Take care.